Hello everybody, welcome back to Talking Tricks, and today we're actually doing a three-way Microdissects. So first one for that. But we were kind of discussing this trick that Ethan did recently that I feel like confuses a lot of people. So we thought we'd just like clarify some things we'd learned about it. We just got done talking about it for like 40 minutes. So let's just take a look at the trick real quick. So I'm sure most people saw it, but crazy, he called it Cork double Dleg. So what exactly is happening here? Is this a double flip? Is this a double twist? You know, what's going on? So I don't know if you guys want to elaborate a little bit, but Bryce did talk to me a little bit about kind of an imaginary axis, and I think you could elaborate the best on that.
Yes. So I think the best place to start is what a double leg kind of is philosophically on the conceptual level in everybody's head when you're trying to explain it to other people. You're supposed to be chest horizontal to the ground, and you're spinning around that axis that's horizontal to the ground with your legs sticking straight out, heels together, hence double leg. Now, this is actually a highly idealized idea of what's supposed to happen, because it turns out that with your legs stuck out in a pike position, you cannot rotate around an axis that goes straight through your torso up through your head, right? That's not the axis that you're going to be rotating around. And the reason is because your center of mass is no longer straight in the center of your chest, or down lower, as the case may be. It's now slightly out in front of your body because your legs are so far out in front of your body, and your legs have so much mass. They have a very large portion of the mass of your body. And so sticking them out in front of you like that is going to cause the axis about which you rotate to drift out in front of you. So now it's kind of going between your thighs and then through your forehead.
Yeah, if you could see my mouse, it's kind of like here. It's outside your body. It's not going through when your pencil, like, you know, doing a pencil flip.
Now that's all well and good for like a single double leg. It really doesn't cause a problem. The distinction between that and the axis going straight through you doesn't come up so much. However, for two flips performed in succession, we start to notice that having that axis not going directly through your chest causes a form of precession, right? That axis is going to wobble around just like a gyroscope would precess. And so it's going to cause what would have been a horizontal axis to start to wobble down towards the vertical, changing your horizontal D-leg into something that looks a little bit more like a vertical parafuso.
Yeah, and you can see the second one, he's very much like his chest is upwards. So he's kind of doing almost like a D-leg in, parafuso out is what we've been calling it. So I guess theoretically maybe you could do a D-leg in, D-leg out. But regardless, I would call this like an in and out trick. Like there's two different things going on, and like Bryce said, the second one is happening because there's that precession going on versus like, I don't know, let's say you did a double cork round, you're not processing over any axis multiple times, you're just doing that one flip and then kicking, right? Yeah. So yeah, and
right.
Sorry.
I was gonna say credit where credit is due. I mean, either trick, parafuso, cork D-leg in, parafuso out, or cork D-leg in, D-leg out, like both are pretty difficult tricks. You know, and also I think Bryce had mentioned on a conversation of the same topic, but before we started recording this, was that this is like a pretty emergent variation in tricking that we're seeing. Like, and so we shouldn't really expect perfection a lot of the times on these things. Like, I think we should kind of, as the community has kind of agreed that this is what it looks like for now, but also we should also aim to strive for those higher standards and where our second D-leg is more inverted.
Absolutely.
But these are still impressive.
It's forcing us to update our model of what a D-leg is, just like longer swing combos that had larger amounts of momentum and maintaining that momentum forced us to change our perspective on what a cork was from the early type of cork that looks very different from the modern day to what we have now. I think that's sort of what we're seeing right now. The double cork, the model that we have in our head is slightly imperfect and needs to be adjusted. And once we have a better idea of how the precession in that trick can be controlled, then we'll start to see people who have accounted for that precession and are doing double leg outs and not parafuso outs.
Yeah, I think it's a very exciting avenue because this actually opens the door to doing in and out tricks where the second trick is actually a vert kick, which sounds really cool actually. Like, and that's different from like, let's say, doing a double full round versus doing a full in backside 9. There could theoretically be a difference between those if there's some kind of procession going on. So I mean, there's a million different avenues to go. These are theoretical tricks. We'd love to see people try things like this. So yeah, unexplored territory for now, but here's also Shosei doing it, and we also would consider his to be D-leg and Parafuso out because the second one is pretty vert. So
Yeah, with his chest, yeah.
Very clearly shoulders above hips.
yeah,
But this is probably one of the cleaner examples we have right now of this, despite that apparent flaw in.
Well, I think it's also one of the ones that makes it clear and obvious too that it's not that the two of them are unskilled or anything. It's that they're fighting a physical force, that precession of that axis, that no tricker has invented a technique to deal with yet. Like, it's not something that we've had to innovate for, because we don't. This is new, unexplored territory. These sorts of things that people have been doing much more recently that have demanded us to think about this sort of axis change and what effect it's having on what trick you're doing. So
yeah,
very very emergent transition or variation in tricking.
Yeah. So yeah, we just wanted to let you guys know about the existence of this trick. I know this one has been confusing for a while. I mean, this has been out almost 2 years, and I personally have grappled with like, what the hell is this? I think it makes a little more sense to me, so hopefully it makes a little more sense to you guys. So yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you.